Hello, and welcome to our Bible study. Today we're looking at the book of Ruth. So far we've gone through Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, and Judges. And today we're getting to know the God of Ruth. And it's interesting as we've worked at been at Mazon Presbyterian Church for almost 4 years now, and just to get to know the people and the family connections, it seems like everybody's related to each other. And it's just interesting and neat to see how God has brought them together as a spiritual family from all walks of life. And that's what he's done here in the book of Ruth. Ruth was from Moab, and God brings her into the family of the people of Israel. In Ruth chapter 1, verse 1, it says, "In the days when the judges ruled, there was a famine in the land, and a man of Bethlehem in Judah went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife Naomi and his 2 sons. Well, during that time, Naomi's husband and her 2 sons die, leaving her with her 2 daughters-in-law. And Naomi wants to return home to Bethlehem, and so she tells her daughters-in-law to stay in Moab and make a life for themselves because she won't be able to. But in Ruth chapter 1, verse 16, Ruth said to Naomi, "Do not urge me to leave you or to return from following you. For where you go, I will go, and where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God." So Ruth ends up returning with Naomi and marrying Boaz, who is a relative of Naomi. And not only that, but do you know who Boaz's mom is? Well, remember in Joshua, when Joshua sent the 2 spies into Jericho to spy out the land before they attacked Jericho? And the 2 spies come into the home of a prostitute named Rahab, who lived in Jericho. And she hid the 2 spies. And here's what she said. In Joshua chapter 2, verse 9, she says, "I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that the fear of you has fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land melt away before you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea before you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites, who were beyond the Jordan, to Sihon and Og, whom you devoted to destruction. And as soon as we heard it, our hearts melted, and there was no spirit left in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in the heavens above and on the earth beneath." And so it was the Lord who opened her heart and her eyes to see that. And the 2 spies promised to keep Rahab and her family safe when they attacked Jericho. And Rahab ends up marrying Salmon, who is of the tribe of Judah. Well, Rahab and Salmon have a son, and they name him Boaz. And this is the same Boaz who married Ruth, the Moabite woman. And you know who their great-grandson is? Well, Matthew records in Matthew chapter 1 that Salmon and Rahab were the parents of Boaz. Boaz and Ruth were the parents of Obed. Obed was the father of Jesse, and Jesse was the father of David, the king. And David was the father of Solomon by the wife of Uriah the Hittite. And Matthew in his gospel follows the line of descendants to Joseph, the husband of Mary, who gave birth to Jesus, the Son of God, who is called the Christ. So the central character in the book of Ruth is God, who cares for his people and also brings in those who are not his people and provides through them the Messiah, the Christ, who will be the Redeemer of the world. So God saved a prostitute from Jericho and a foreign widow from Moab, and through them fulfilled his plan of redemption through Jesus, because the benefits of God's covenant are not limited by boundaries, national, racial, or gender. Because Galatians chapter 3, verse 8 says, and the scripture, foreseeing that God would justify the Gentiles by faith, preached the gospel beforehand to Abraham, saying, "In you shall all the nations be blessed." God will use you to fulfill his covenant plan in the lives of others as you remain faithful to him, so that we all, from every tongue and tribe and nation, will join together in singing the song in Revelation chapter 5. You are worthy to take the scroll and to open its seals, because you were slain, and with your blood you purchased men for God from every tribe and language and people and nation. May the Lord bless you as you bear his testimony of love and faithfulness in your life to others of all walks and kind, from every tribe, tongue, and nation, that we might bring God's truth and love and salvation through the preaching of the gospel to all people. The Lord bless you.